Merry Christmas, friends. So, what's on your Christmas list this year? Is it a fancy toy? Is it a fancy doll? Is it an expensive fragrance? Or a new car? Possibly a new Lexus? Is it something that the house needs, like a washer or a dryer or a new mattress? Whether or not you get these things, just remember that it does not add nor take away from your value, because at the end of the day, the biggest and best present of them all has already been given to us. And do you know who that is? Brothers and sisters, you guessed it. Well, maybe that wasn't a guest. How about educated guess? Brothers and sisters, the biggest present of them all is God to us. That, friends, is the true meaning of Christmas. Now, St. Hippolytus once mentioned the following: when the Word was hidden within God himself, he was invisible to the created world, but God made him visible. First, God gave utterance to his voice, engendering light from light, and then he sent his own mind into the world as its Lord. Visible before to God alone and not to the world, God made him visible so that the world could be saved by seeing him. This mind that entered our world was made known as the Son of God. All things came into being through him, but he alone is begotten by the Father. Friends, Jesus Christ is God. And at Christmas, God became known to us in the flesh, just like us. And he brings us hope that our failings and our mistakes may not trick us to think that we are nothing. Rather, we too are vessels of God's goodness, instruments of his peace, and partakers of his glory. However, not everyone was pleased to have such a rising star, or a new king who will come and shake things up. Oftentimes you hear of many unstable countries go into turmoil and might kill the opponent who might come to threaten their power and take it away. To that, we say that popularity is quite an interesting thing. For instance, what do Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, Selena Gomez, Kylie Jenner, Dwayne Johnson, Ariana Grande, and Kim Kardashian have in common? You guessed it. They are the most popular people in the world. They all have over 300 million Instagram followers. Friends, these are household names, aren't they? And with some great level of opinion that we would like to hear. And they make us laugh. And if they had a struggle, we kind of remain in tune with them, with great empathy, usually. And we stay in tune to them because they can help relate to us and sometimes distract us from the pain of our own lives. They help influence opinion, and they do so to the many with great ease. Now, there wouldn't be need for a new reign if the people of God did not walk in darkness nor live in a land of gloom. There wouldn't be a need for a new reign if the people of God were not burdened with a heavy yoke on their backs by their taskmasters, nor died trying to defend themselves. Friends, peace was needed. Peace was the object. However, peace was missing. Now, who could bring it? Friends, Jesus Christ. He is the only one, and it was his coming that was long expected. Jesus Christ is the anointed one, the Messiah. However, no one expected him to be God himself. And the events of his death and resurrection illustrate that the people still did not recognize him. They wanted something different, settling for what they were comfortable with instead of opening their hearts for better. Note how the people of God then and now aren't too different. Sometimes we too settle for that which does not save, being comfortable in the darkness of sin instead of walking towards that light. Friends, the world is hard, and it's even harder when we seek validation, fame, appreciation, and reward for our struggles. But friends, the world will never, ever reward you as you deserve. I would have had a Ferrari already if that was the case. What then is your claim to fame? What then is your ticket to freedom? Friends, it is Jesus, because clinging to the one who knows us and loves us best is that which sets us free. Notice how Jesus Christ did not make a huge deal or send firecrackers in the sky when he arrives. He did not make a fancy entrance like a wrestler. There was no theme song with an announcer like a basketball team would have. Jesus Christ comes humbly, knowing that the attention and appreciation of man is fleeting. It comes and it goes like that. He came for a purpose, to save humanity from the destruction that they choose, and to remind man of who man really is, co-heirs to a kingdom that God himself wants to share. Sometimes we worry about the world and what will happen, but the cross, the mission of Christ, shows us the blueprint. God has already won for us. Truly, God has called us not to be slaves, but friends, because we know what the Master is doing. And friends, this Master seeks to share his love with you and me. It is as simple as that. We hear in the gospel of how the shepherds were in the fields watching over their flock, and the angel of the Lord appeared to them, telling them of the great news of joy. We hear this in Luke's account as we bring in the Christmas season. Shepherds, those who look after their flock, are important because they guide and they lead their flock, and they remain present to their flock amidst imminent danger and fear. Now, this angel, the angel revealed the Lamb of God, who was to take away the sins of the world. He was supposed to be a precious lamb, special to all mankind. Now, usually a manger is depicted with wood. However, ancient mangers in Israel was made of stone, and newborn, unblemished lambs were placed there to keep them safe because they will soon be used for sacrifice. Friends, this was the sign to the shepherds that this Jesus Christ was the perfect, sinless offering for all mankind. Brothers and sisters, Christmas not only illustrates to us who we are in God's eyes, but more so who God is to us. He is a God that wants you to be whole. Our claim to fame is Jesus, friend of Jesus, most precisely. Let him shine through you. The reason why no earthly treasures sustain you is because it was never meant to. The only treasure worth fighting for is the love of God. Christmas assures us that we don't have to fight too hard for this love. May the light of Christ shine upon you and also shine through you.